the other way? Am I going to have to deliberately be
No,
But to be
no,
honest,
don't.
with Kirb0,
If you can manage, sure.
Let's let it unravel as the fist bump comes out.
yeah. The thing is with Kirb0, it's like I think I truly like. I was like, damn, this guy's a completely different beast, and I really like his gameplay. Was at UFA 2023 actually during doubles of all things, where I can't lie, he was insane in that double storm, and the way he would just play his synergy and everything with his teammate and everything, it was just absolutely on point. The guy knows what he's doing, and the guy he actually knows how to entertain a crowd. So I'm excited to see him too.
Yeah.
But Skaws, my boy, can't lie. That's my guy right there, man.
Yeah. Even when he's playing this way, I think you're already right, Theo. I think he's already literally starting to put on that camping pressure. He's using every single projectile he has, and he's really trying to use that airspace he has from the platforms on small battlefield to kind of augment his movement. But right now, Kirb0's kind of catching him out in all of these corner situations, so a lot of percent has been done on, and he's really brought it back very quickly. Here's a nice little ledge trap situation. However, Kirb0 is really patient with it already.
He's definitely so rigid still, and you know, I feel like Kirb0, he started out pretty strong, and he was kind of giving Skaws a little bit of a run for his money. I say little because right now Skaws absolutely has him, you know, right now, especially using the bombs as well. They control the airspace very effectively. Rang as well. Can he punish the up B? No, not this time though, but I feel like he knows how to.
Yeah, one move we haven't outlined yet is that retreating Zem. It's like a very far hitbox that can actually hit really close to the ground, and it's still -3 on shield that I think Skaws is going to have an excellent use case for, just because Kirb0 usually likes to approach sort of grounded, being so low to the floor, but he just has kind of a way to swat him away super effectively, even in those more precarious situations.
Yeah, definitely so. Extremely scary. Boomerang thrown out once again. Is he trying to find a kill here? Up top doesn't manage to do the job though. Gap attack.
I fully clocked Skaws has, Skaws has a lot of like utility that at the start of the game was very clear was working in his favor, like especially bomb. With other projectiles, Kirby can have the option to swallow it, very rarely will because of how much like end lag it puts you in. But with a bomb, physically can't, you'll take damage anyway. So Skaws is having a great time using it to rack up damage, but when Kirb0 gets in, God, does Skaws feel it, because Kirb0 sticks to you like something that you just can't shake off.
Yeah, and we're already starting to see Skaws lose a little bit of patience when it comes to getting this kill. Some ill-advised smash attacks. We saw an up smash on shield, and now we saw a down smash on shield, and he really just has to take his time. At 171, Kirby can die to so many things that you just kind of have to wait. It will happen. If you get too antsy, you might be taking 59 to the face right now. Skaws, a lot of pressure on him. There's a jab as well, and it's getting a little bit hectic.
I think the thing I notice especially is the way Kirb0 actually handles bomb, right? If it's in the air, that's one thing, but the way he isn't really scared at all. He's happy to bounce it off himself actually, and actually hit it back, you know, sort of rather, and he just uses that opportunity to find the approach in those situations. It's very good knowledge of the character in general that he's fighting.
I do think that Skaws is perhaps a bit flustered right now. It is game one, so I think we'd expect both these players to refine their game plans a bit. But you know, he's been okay. That's a kill.
Yeah, that's it.
He's been missing some upbeats out of shield, or perhaps like letting off some execution checks. And again, Kirb0's been there. Like I said, you know, those corner pressure sequences will define everything. And he took 80 at the start of one interaction, but it wasn't a true combo. It was like multiple kind of corner pressure situations. So Kirb0 right here with the lead, a commanding back air as well, trying to keep up the pressure. Rolling out there.
Yeah.
Definitely.
This is where I think Kirby's also going to be angling for a lot of kill moves. He kind of just likes to throw out these fairs and back airs a lot of this kill percent because he just expects.
He can.
People just keep going into him like that.
They're all safe.
Yep, and Skaws just goes into him, takes a lot of damage. Here we should see 3 back airs. It's maybe an extension, no, not quite. But here's a bomb, and here's that ledge pressure situation that hopefully Skaws can make something of. Kirb0 is so patient, though.
Good delay from Kirb0. And I gotta say, like, as someone who's played Skaws a lot recently, I do think that that kind of patience is the key to opening them up in disadvantaged state. Skaws as a player is very much plays around greed. He's like, okay, I'm gonna cover the roll, I'll cover the reversal. But if you just, you know, hold ledge, you play it slowly, piecemeal, kind of how Kirb0 is playing when he finds himself in the corner, that is perfect for Skaws.
See, it's quite funny you say that as well, because like that's what you often hear is like almost the code to fighting Kirby. Yeah, that's definitely it. It's almost what you hear is normally like the code to fighting Kirby is because he's stubby, he's slow, he's got a lot of jumps and a lot of mobility in the air, but not much acceleration. So he can't approach easy. He has a harder time doing it. So if you're patient and you force the co-player to try and make their entry, it's quite choreographed and quite easy to be like, oh, I know what your plan is, I'll react to it. But Skaws, as you said, as a player, loves to just get involved in the mix. He loves to get in there, try and go for a read, get something out there to kind of like get something going, where having a bit more patience could be a bit of a benefit in this matchup.
Honestly, it is, the thing is with Kirb0, he's changed a lot, and it's crazy because, I mean, like you said, Theo, he's number 4 basically, right? And I feel like one of the biggest factors for that was actually you last year, I believe, when you I feel like you absolutely smoked him. Was that Invitational region? But I feel like he actually learned a lot from that set. Toon and Young look very similar characters and very similar ways you approach, especially those ledge situations. I feel like from that, Kirb0 has definitely learned a lot.
Yeah, I know Kirb0, you know, he was having some struggles with bad matchups. I don't know if you guys remember, but MCQ, he tried going like Pyramithra versus Kodiak Snake. He was like that sort of thing. But I did hear that apparently he thinks Young Link Kirby is only -1. He doesn't think it's like worse than that. So clearly he has optimism in his character. He has a lot of confidence, and I do think it shows. You know, he's really reserved. You know, I think we saw a few panic spot dodges that weren't punished, but like I would say it was quite controlled. And again, I thought the disadvantage state was quite measured. He didn't really his defense was quite good. You know, he lived to like 200%, and that's only really possible versus Skaws if you're aware of the kill confirms, you're playing around them. You've almost, you've structured your game plan to mitigate his kill confirms. And when you do that versus a character like Toon Link, you can make them really struggle. And yeah, I really think it's Toon Link, Kirb0, as you say, Rekka. He's putting a lot of work and he's showing his prowess and that sort of thing now.
Yeah, definitely so. Definitely. Heading into the next game now, both players ready and raring to go. Skaws, loving it from him. He's still got that energy about him, man. Deep breath as he usually does. Yeah, so let's get it back on Battlefield though.
A bit bigger this time, a bit more space.
Yeah.
Also, similar to what you were saying earlier, though, Tekka, is that like I think there are some people in Smash UK, especially, where it's like you watch them and you can tell they like love the character they play, and whether that's whoa, I looked away for a
that
second.
back
What do
air
you
is ill-advised.
mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, just gets back head. There's nothing Skaws can really do here apart from just keep on trying to force the same angle, and Kirb0's going to cover it every day of the week.
As soon as he buffered that back air to get out of hit stun, he was dead, because Kirby reacted, double jump forward dead, and it was over for Skaws after that. Anyway, you were saying, Dalek?
I don't know, because these players are going to shut me up.
We don't know, it's too fast.
Yeah,
we don't know.
They're going to shut me up. Yeah, there are some people in Smash UK who you can tell have a passion for their character, and I'd say genuinely, like, Skaws is one of them, Kirb0 is one of them, like Owl for Banjo. You watch them and you're like, wow, you love this character, whether it's for moveset or for like background, who the character is, they make that character work. And Kirb0, I think, is the epitome of that.
Yeah, right now he's certainly seeming like it, because right now he's using Kirby, I would say, quite a bit better than Toon Link. I think Skaws is falling a bit into a pattern at the moment with how he's using his projectiles, especially in the corner, and all of his kind of offensive sort of players are really getting shut down by Kirb0 just putting out buttons in front of him first. Like, Kirby doesn't have the most active buttons, but that fair and that back air especially are just really, really good for dissuading any ill-advised approaches. And overall, it's just meaning that Skaws is having a really tough time in this neutral, and then he's sort of racking up percent slowly, and that's just going to be untechable at that percent, so it's just impossible to get past.
Kill with rock.
I was going to say, we're counting how
Kill
many
with
kills
rock.
with rocks there are, right?
Kill with
That's
rock.
one.
That's the first. That's the
Yeah.
First
It's
one.
game 2, and we've seen one.
But yeah, no, it doesn't look too good for Skaws right now. 66% on the board only, and at the start of Skaws 30. So he's already doing quite a bit better back air, but honestly, now that he's finally got going, albeit after 2 stocks, it is looking like a lot better from offensively. So we'll have to see. Maybe he can make it work. Look
at the spacing on those. Like, I
That's
thought
what
that
I'm
F2 was
saying.
going to whiff. Do you know what I mean? Skaws knows his character, just misses the bomb forward air, but, he's still in it with a hope.
Oh, he got grabbed.
He's just just a little bit early. If he'd been waiting, he could have gotten an up B on reaction.
We're seeing some, like, this preemption disadvantage is really showing some nervousness from Skaws. He's going for these really high jumps a lot of the time, almost saying, get me out, get me out, get me out.
Yeah.
He's a bit frantic, perhaps. I think I would be frantic too right now because Kirb0's on fire. But, something's going to have to change if Kirb0, his just train of pain is going to stop. It has to stop now.
Yeah, he's panicking quite a bit, to be honest. I did see like a double jump air dodge from him in a seemingly fairly calm situation after a single hit. But Skaws really struggling. I feel like Kirby's taking advantage a bit of him. He's giving him the space to panic. I think that's the thing, right? And Skaws isn't operating at his best right now. F-Tilt gets absolutely snuffed out there. Boomerang though stopping the approach in its
He
tracks.
angled it down to not get shield poke. Like, this is what I mean. Kirb0 he's so conscious right now in disadvantage. He's mixing up his options a lot. Okay, that
up
covers
throw.
the whole platform.
Yeah, thank God.
Skaws is, he's alive. It could be worse, but Kirb0 is certainly going to be very happy with the current game state. As I said, look how hard he had to make Skaws work to get that kill. Like, Kirb0's defense for playing such a vulnerable balloon has been really good. He's been DIing everything, mixing up his options, mixing up his timings. really forcing Skaws to think outside the box to find kills.
Yeah, with such a limited scope of movement as well, we just see how quickly he fast falls after each jump and just precisely calculates exactly how to get around this pad and then how to put on pressure. Finally, Skaws was finding something, but immediately just the combo doesn't work on Kirby. And that's also just one of the strengths of this character sometimes. Some combos will not work on such a small guy, and as a result, Skaws isn't able to get the advantage that he quite wants, but it is building into something nice. Can't quite find anything off this, but this is up to up percent, I believe, on Kirby, so we could maybe look at a stock, and we have seen Skaws clutch out a few things before, especially with some sort of down air confirms, so maybe there's life, there's hope yet. However, first he has to get back to stage.
Yeah, and that's the biggest struggle here, is that he still down there onto the platform, and he's managed to go all the way to the other side. He's just he's playing really antsy right now, and Kirb0 using
That was, I think you can't. He's trying to stall versus Kirby, but Kirby you can't. Kirby has 6 jumps and he's floating. You can't stall versus Kirby. He's just going to wait there, keep throwing at hitboxes. His position is not going to change. He's not a fast faller. You know, he has 6 jumps. You can't stall. You have to commit. You have to air dodge in. You have to fight back. I'm wondering, I assume you guys notice this as well, but how many times is Kirb0 going to let Skaws get away with double jumping to the top platform and down there? Like,
yeah.
I thought he was going to start covering double jumps. I guess Kirby's just so bad at covering double jumps, which he is.
Yeah, it's so much higher in a burst.
It's so much commitment for Kirb0.
Yeah.
I think it's more so like I said before. I think he's letting him do these panic things. Right, we saw him do double jumps a lot, saw the air dodges a lot, but it's like more so give him the space to, and then when he does something a lot more, let's say, obvious to that he can immediately punish, that's a lot more closer. I feel like that's when he's gonna do it, because eventually he will, if he's doing these double jumps into the platforms. There's no point going all the way that far, and we already saw you saw the grab, right? I mean, it covered the entire platform. Up throw who killed that, I mean, it would kill even earlier, right? At that top platform as well. There's not the risk reward. It's not. He doesn't need to, essentially, right?
The problem with that option, right, is that the ground is stronger defensively than the air, than a platform. He is still in control. He's still actually in advantage state when Skaws double jump down onto the platform.
You can platform camp Kirby, because again his jumps are bad, but if Kirb0 has the lead, Kirb0, he doesn't have that impetus. He's not going to get frantic. He's going to remain calm. He's going to say, okay, you know what? You're kind of platform camping me, but I'm up 2 stocks. I don't care. That's what he's going to say. He's going to. He'll be indifferent.
The question now is really kind of breaking that lead. It's really just like sending Kirb0 into a bit more of a disarray. That's what he has to do.
I don't think I've ever seen Kirb0 panic. Like I genuinely, I've watched like a decent bit of him playing. I don't think I've ever seen him in a situation where it's like, oh, he's clearly just like swinging for the hills and hoping something hits.
I've seen him deflate, maybe not panic.
Yeah.
Is the option.
I think sometimes he might get impatient and like swing into you a lot, but when he's doing that, it's not like it's bad gameplay. It's just kind of like perhaps too aggressive, if that makes sense. He's going all out on this platform camping. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, the thing is, right, it's like he's platform camping, but at the same time, it feels like he's like kind of stuck on the platforms at the same time. It's a really weird state that he's in, and I feel like Kirb0 is sort of taking advantage of that as well. I feel like he's maneuvering around the platform just a little bit better.
It's like the choice to platform camp is you're conceding a lot of theoretical control in exchange for like better, like hypothetical risk reward. But on paper, he falls out though, and perhaps SDIing, who knows? And Skaws with some second wind here on stage. He needs to find a big opening. We need a bomb fair.
That's
I think we need another bomb fair. Like,
maybe one more, yeah. Maybe one more.
I'll mind what I say.
We're still on the ledge here. It's still not easy for Kirby to get out. And finally, Skaws cuts off that sort of direct line he was taking, gets another Zair. He's pressured him, and there's a fair. The first lead for Skaws.
So remember when you said, oh, the couch might wind up getting a bit like biased?
Yeah!
The back air from Kirb0!
Shut up.
Oh my god, Kirb0!
Finally, and there's an up B out of shield, and we finally see a new breath of life for Skaws.
Yeah.
It's really come alive. Like, we were really in full analytical mode for like 10 minutes.
I think Skaws took 1 clean stock.
And now we're excited right now.
Really like, why is Skaws losing? Now it's like, Skaws is winning! Yeah, it was so on that.
That up B out of shield was good. He needs to keep up this ability to play around Kirb0 scrapping. Like, have you seen him, for example, dash back tilt one of Kirb0's jumping fairs? I haven't seen that once. Like, we need to see him saying, I'm going to shut down your mash, I'm going to outspace you.
Oh! That was really nice.
That's so
I
good.
thought that killed.
Yeah.
On another stage, like, Battlefield was a high ceiling, but he had it as well. I don't know why he went for the double jump, but either way, I think anyone here can see that Skaws, he seems to be playing with more confidence now. He's spacing better. He's getting these rewards. Perhaps even Kirb0 running into some of these bombs more. Kirb0 might be feeling the heat, and I think the state of this set has been shaken up a bit.
Yeah, he's cutting off a lot more of the approaches. Kirb0's really trying to get in. He can't.
Way!
He's dashing. He's even touring. He's feeling that confident. Obviously,
his head.
he looks confused to the camera. Oh no.
That's a bomb bear, but that's a new one.
Here's pressure
Yeah.
from Kirby, but it's going to get him destroyed, and there's the opening that we need to get a second stock on the board for Skaws. Alex, you need to bring it home for Kirby right now.
I can't shout over 3 people, Zanati. I don't know what you want from
You
me.
need to do
Kirby
something, bro.
is using
At the
aerial
moment,
attacks.
Big opening.
It is really, really nice damage that he's found there. Kirby, he's just really struggling with the fact that on this game, Skaws decided to go more equipment heavy and playing to the advantage that Toon has over Kirby rather than just playing Toon Link. And it's working out really nice so far, but the moment that Kirby finds that opening, we could be seeing a whole different game. Kirby has a lot of kill power in that kit that is waiting to be found. You just need to get it.
And once again, bro, I can't lie, I'm not liking the ways Skaws has sort of gone back to that platform camp sort of style.
With no trip.
Yeah, we haven't seen down tilt trip yet this set either, and the moment that does happen, he's dead.
No,
he's not
lives
dead.
on that one. Good DI.
Yeah, good DI from him as Kirby fights
back.
back. He has the bomb.
That up smash is just what everyone here needed, especially me. I needed that.
Rekka, look, I get the bias. Saying yes on a kill screen, that's like pushing it, man.
Yeah, and
Why are you so
okay,
biased,
no,
man?
you can't do that.
Listen, my bad. But honestly, no, I feel like obviously we have to talk about Kirby enough, but Kirby like is generally just he's so aware of the game state. It's
scary as hell.
impressive. But the thing is, I think Skaws like needs to realize himself. Like the moment that he stops like this platform camping nonsense, especially on the top platform, it's just not. It's really not worth it. The reason why we're seeing Kirby, he just goes from one platform to the next.
Yeah.
It just doesn't work, right? Like what are you gonna do? Top platform, you got bombs in your hand. You have to go through the platform, sort of commit on the way. Kirby was like weaving, controlling that horizontal part of the stage, especially the ground. What are you doing?
He's reading the
I was
Pichu
reading
tag.
that. Anyway, let's focus on the
really
gameplay.
bored.
He's really
Let's
bored.
No, I was letting Umar finish. I was letting him finish. But,
yeah,
you know,
But you
Control
didn't
the
care what
horizontal.
Umar had to say because you know that you can think of anything.
no,
better
I
to
was
say,
gonna
right?
bounce off it.
Thanks, Jude.
You're gonna
like,
bounce off it.
yeah, I was
Oh,
gonna-
and you weren't paying attention to it.
No,
How
I
are
was
you
gonna bounce off it because what I was gonna say was just as
Bounce off it
Umar-
like a young Link down there on Shield. Very.
You could say
very
that,
nice.
yeah. Like it was a reference because I'm just being that like woke right now. But anyway, let's hop right back into it. Small battlefield, a smaller stage again. Definitely Kirby's preference. I think that Skaws was really breathing some life into his gameplay there. He was getting more consistent with the whiff punishes on say these like landing aerials and such, which he needs to be doing.
Yeah.
I think right now he has a bit of an improper philosophy where he's sticking to the flowchart in his head, but he's not actually realizing, okay, let me just wait, let me see, is he doing like an approaching landing aerial? I can whiff punish that.
Yeah.
And if he's doing that, he will find great success. But Kirby right now, he's going to try to shut it down. Again, just depends. Does Kirby get the big openings?
Yeah, there's already so much more patience and so much more focus on shutting down how Kirby's getting in. Unfortunately, it's not just how he gets in, it's how he gets you to die right now. Kirby's really looking for a lot of pressure here, trying to continue his string. Finally, Skaws takes a bit of repose, and we're going to see a lot of projectiles again, a lot of Zaire come out, but Kirby's finding a lot of these fares actually just kind of catching when Skaws wants to press his own advantage and shutting that down each time.
This is what I mean. Skaws, he's not found the middle point. He'll zone from too far out to the point where Kirby can effectively mitigate it by just reacting. But when he wants to go in, he's not waiting at the right range. He's just going like for dash down. So it's like, you don't need to do that versus Kirby because in this matchup, he can't get in. You just need to slow things down. And that mistech is going to pay dividends for Kirby as he takes the lead. And he's 2 stocks away from setting himself up to take home the gold in his pool.
If Kirby's been doing anything like on point, as you said, it is pure punish game. Whether it is, oh, you're committing to options while I'm far enough away from you that I can deal with it, or you've messed up on one little thing.
Strange
Just
decision
like
again.
right there. That is exactly what you said, both Zanaya and Kirby, right? Where not only if he found that sweet spot for just a little bit, and also utilizing that broken ass Zaire to try, to actually start up that ridiculous engine of his and nearly get the kill. in that situation.
Like this is what I mean. He's in his head too much about the pressure. He just needs to sit back and like react. Like matchups like these, a lot of it is just about the reaction stimulus. You don't actually have to do much thinking in your head. And I think he's overcomplicating it because anyone will be nervous, right? You're on the stage, you're in a very professional environment. You're like, okay, this clearly has some gravitas to it, and perhaps you could even say Kirby showing his experience because this guy has been on insane runs all year and. He's seemed pretty unfazed, like as we've said, he's sticking to the game plan. He has the lead right now. He's been
Hold on the Skaws though. He's kind of he himself is
Yeah.
He was too high with that up air, really. And there's a ledge trunk.
First
No
trunk.
point.
He was ready for it. That was so nice.
Cool. That was cool.
He was
Hey,
ready
you
for it.
mentioned that rolling read up smash. There it is, bro.
Honestly, I said up smash. I was like, Kirby doesn't do that, but I guess he does. Like he's not Fox, but I guess he is. And Kirby right now, the 3 parries in a row. I get a 4th. He doesn't need a 4th. He finds the opening.
Yeah.
Scores.
Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom.
Ooh, Skaws going for a poor aggression there, and Kirby firing right back with 40%. again, look at this patience. A lot of Kirby players, they're like, you know, I want to press the A button, I want to go in. Look at this. He's playing the ranges. He's trying to bait him in by jumping and drifting back. Look how patient
The
he is.
parry as well, like, he was ready for that still. A little bit unfortunate on the punish there, but still, he's in nonetheless. Kirby
He waits for
ready
it.
to go. Down tilt, gets the throw in. Down throw.
Could be
Set on
Blink.
the back
Yeah,
end,
there
and
it
that's
is.
going to be it. Yeah,
It's a
no,
nice catch.
3-1 to Skaws.
To Kirbo.
That, oh, my bad, sorry.
This guy is so biased.
A commanding
That
victory.
is
Bro, so
crazy.
biased, he's trying to gaslight
Very
the
good
production
game.
and be like, guys.
This isn't breaking, it's a Skaws IRL VOD review session.
And,
like, you know what I mean? Like, you
yeah.
get that.
For real, on that note, I like Skaws was genuinely so good at kind of converting off of whatever was needed to and
Yeah.
finding like openings in the right places.
Yeah.
Kirby, on the other hand, I was really surprised. He makes Kirby look fast, like
Yeah.
which is not a mean feat, but considering he is not fast at all,
Yeah.
and it's the way that it's not even maintaining the pace of the character, it's the pace of the game that he manipulates really well, I think.
It's a bit of an optical illusion. It's like